Alright, so I scrapped the whole 1 hour video and I'm gonna make a new video because this is gonna be kind of like my first video of this YouTube account on vaping. I'm not new to vaping. I'm actually there when it first came out. I had one. So I'm new to video vaping, camera vaping. But I'm definitely not new to vaping. I've been there since it first came out. I've had the samples. I tried the samples. I tried the stick batteries all the way from the Ergo, the C-Twist, the APVs, the Vamos, the mech mods. I've tried it. I've tried the DNA 20s. Although I did sell that because I didn't see the practicality for the price. But now I want one. The DNA 30 chips are out now, so I want a DNA 30 chip. So I'm probably going to invest in another one. This video is still going to be kind of long because I'm going to go through everything minimally. And then later I'll make smaller videos on certain things. So essentially not the free sample e-cigarettes that you recharge and smoke and that don't last worth jack. I ended up getting the V2s. And I invested a shit ton, a crap ton of money on V2 because they're freaking cartomizers. One cartomizer is one pack of cigarettes. That's BS. It's not. It's not. I was going to 3 cartomizers a day and still smoking a pack of cigarettes. So it's not. Definitely not. I was smoking 2 packs of cigarettes before I went to the V2s, and that cut me down to 1 pack of cigarettes. 1 pack. So half. And then I went to the Ergo setup when they were the most popular. So I did pay a lot for this. Now you can get it for 99 cents. But I paid $100 for this. So when these were very popular, I went to this, and that again with the clear omizers, the CE4. This thing cut me down again another half. So I was smoking half a pack of cigarettes while carrying this around. So what do you expect from a clear miser, right? That's the performance you'll get out of them. Just about the same as the V2s. Maybe not. You'll get more performance out of the obviously bigger coil clear misers, but this cartomizer actually performing a little better because I emptied it out and I made a dripping cartomizer. So I can still use my V2s, right? I'm not going to buy more freaking cartridges. It's pointless. I did actually end up buying the EX blanks off V2, and so I could put my own fluid in there. But you know what? It's just not the same. It doesn't hit the same. Well, the performance is going to be a little bit better on those egos. What really ended up helping me quit was Ego C-Twist. I bought this for $15. I have another one I bought for $25, and when they first came out they were like $40, $50. So on a Kinger tank, and it looks a lot prettier than this. It's just I put an extender here just so that I could put different stuff for the sake of this video. Like I said, this video is still going to be kind of long because I'm going through everything, but I'm going to make it a lot shorter than an hour, right? Hopefully. So this was my setup that actually got me off cigarettes 100%. No more cigarettes. I'm going to go and lower the voltage on this. I can't tell you how important this little Ego C-Twist was for me. And even till this day, even when I have the Vamo variable voltage APV or the Magneto mechanical mod on a sub-ohm 0.3 twisted 28 gauge cool, even when I have all this and I have Nemesis and I have a whole bunch of different mods, still use this. This is my bathroom vaping experience. When I'm in the toilet and I sit down, I'm not gonna, I feel like, ew, right? Oh, I don't feel, oh, that's how I feel, but, you know, I don't want to, and then trip. You know, so I use this. And gee, I'm not getting any airflow. I'm getting no airflow. I'm barely getting any airflow. Now I'm not getting freaking a connection. So let me take this off. Take the adapter off. It's connected directly, so now it looks pretty. What I'm disappointed is I changed out the coil, and the performance just drained like crazy. So it doesn't perform anymore with a new coil in here. And I'm thinking because I got like a crap coil, I don't know. Doesn't perform anymore. And I was praising these Kangaroo tanks for how well they perform. They're definitely a step up from those clear atomisers. Although this is a clear atomizer as well. Tank atomizer. And I'm flooded. That sucks. I flooded my tank. So something's wrong with this coil. I'll go ahead and rebuild it and put a new one in there, but for the sake of this video I'm not gonna do it. Maybe when I rebuild this coil I might put it on the video. Do you hear that gurgle? I do. So let's put this away. But yeah, that Kangaroo tank actually got me off cigarettes. Off. Totally off. I don't smoke anymore. Pretty cool. So definitely worth the purchase. It has Eagle style thread with the 510 connector. So you could go ahead and put these clear O's on there. And you could really get the performance out of this sucker with the higher voltage. But you're limited to the clear O. But I mean, it'll do it, right? It'll be enough for you to kind of wing cigarettes. And that's what is, to me, the most important part of e-cigarettes. For those people that be like, when I'm at the vape stores, I see people come in and be like, can I get that Fumi battery with the iClear 14 and 0 nic fluid, please? I'm like, why are you getting 0 nic? Is this your first e-cig? He's like, yeah, it's my first time trying it. I'm like, that's good, that's good. Vape community, vape on. And I was like, why are you getting 0 nic? And then I was like, do you smoke? He's like, I don't smoke. So basically, he's just getting e-cigarettes to be cool. And this is why California wants to ban e-cigarettes. If you don't smoke, I guess you could give vape 0. I have nothing against it, but it's kind of weird, right? Don't vape nic. Don't get addicted to nic. Don't be like, 0 is so delicious, maybe low 6mm nic is worth a try. Don't do that, right? It's definitely a gateway. So the reason why I started e-cigarettes is to quit smoking. And most people out there that started e-cigarettes, especially at the time when I did, was to get off cigarettes. Now it's becoming so popular that just people want to get in it. You know, follow the crowd, but just you know, I guess. But eventually, I want to be at the point where my thousands of dollars a year, I want to give them away. Give them away. and just totally be off even the e-cigs. That's where I want to be at. So that's a little my spew on the whole issue of people that smoke zero nic and don't smoke cigarettes, or have not smoked cigarettes. They're just doing it because it's cool. More power to you. You know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Just please don't attract attention to the people that want to quit smoking. That's why they're having e-cigarettes, you know. Already it's becoming like, oh, we're going to ban this, we're going to ban that, and no more online sale. Come on. But this e-cigs twist, I can't recommend it enough. Even if you have the APV, even if you have a mech mod, invest 15 to 20 bucks and get one of these and put it inside. Put it inside. Glove department. Somewhere. Because this thing will save your life one day. Kinda. If you run out of battery, you don't have a spare battery. Okay? I'm done with this now. I freaking recommend this, and I'll bring it out later just to show you what it could do. That's about it. Now, what I smoke on pretty much on a daily basis, and I've been doing this for a pretty long time, and what I recommend to those that are kind of like, I want a real mud, right? The Vamo V5, I can't recommend this enough. I've been stuck on this. Stuck on it, and there's so many different variations. You could go ahead and pick up the Sigeli or the iTaste 134 or whatever, any kind of variable voltage APV, variable wattage, although I don't think watts is as important as the voltage, and I'll explain that in another video. I kind of go over it right now. Variable voltage is better when you're running under 2 ohms. Anything 1 to 1.3, right? 1.2 to 2 ohms, a variable voltage is going to rock your socks off. You're going to get more wattage from changing the voltage than you are from just changing the voltage. Now, when you're going 2 ohms and higher, or 2.2 ohms and higher, wattage is actually better, because if you set it on the 15 watts, then you'll crank that voltage up to like 7, right? Which you can't do. It only goes up to 6. So variable wattage is better, in my opinion, above 2.2 ohms. And anything below 2.2 ohms, I think variable wattage is better. So I keep most of my stuff on variable wattage. Sorry, variable voltage, because I smoke from 0.3 ohms to 1.8 ohms. I rarely smoke 2.4 ohms and higher. I never go that high. I just, any higher, you need so much more power to power those coils. There's warm-up time and all that. My preferred best setting 1.6 ohms on a microcoil, which is exactly this. My rebuildable on cotton 1.6 ohm microcoil 28 gauge. 10 wraps will pretty much give me 1.6 ohms. But it's not about how much wraps you use, so don't get confused. Here, I'm going to put this up there, and hopefully you can pause it and write it down. Use the whole x over 12 and then this over that, and cross multiply and figure out your x. I'm Asian, so I've been there. Alright, stuff like that, just do it in my head. Pretty much, I could guesstimate. It's about how much candle you use. So, like, how many reps will it take to get to 1.6 ohms? Man, I don't know, because it depends on what you wrap it on, like what diameter screwdriver or pin or needle you wrap it on. So I can't tell you an exact number, but I can tell you that how much you use will give you pretty much that much amount of ohms. So know how much you want to use. I usually use about 4.5 inches, and I could wrap that 10 times on whatever screwdriver I'm using, which is exactly this. And 3mm silica wick won't fit through this, and all I have is 3mm silica wick, so I usually tear it apart. There's 6 strands, I pull out 3 of them, and then I retwist it as best I can, and then I just fish it through. This is what I've been vaping on for the past month, I don't know. But I've been dedicated to just this, and every once in a while I bust on my sub-ohm. And I'll tell you why. Because this performs like my sub-ohm as far as vapor production goes. But the flavor is just immaculate. The flavor is like tenfolds of what a sub-ohm is. Vapor production is awesome. Just keep coming out and out and out and out. And it's not a harsh hit. it's not a warm vape. It's cool going in. So it's not gonna be like you know, you're not gonna gag on it. And the flavor's there. You know, and just why I prefer a microcoil at 1.6 ohms, especially I prefer that because I could use it on this. And pretty much all the other 99% of the APVs out there, right? That's not DNA device. DNA devices will let you go sub-ohm. Awesome! But I don't see the reason why you want to go sub-ohm and crank up the voltage. If I want to go sub-ohm, just unregulated mech mod is perfectly fine with me. But this is my everyday vape. Awesome setup. Straight to lung hits. So, for those of you that don't know what straight to lung hit means, is there's two ways to smoke. One is mouth to lung, which is putting the smoke into your mouth first and then inhaling, and that will look something like this. Right? It looks something like that. And straight to lung is when you just inhale it directly to lung and you just let it out right away. Right? That's something straight to lung. You're both putting into your lungs, you're both getting into your system, you're getting nick delivery. So, I mean, I've seen a comment out there where the guy's like, look carefully, the guy's not inhaling. And I look carefully and the guy's still inhaled. Right? He's just going straight to lung. It's a different kind of vape. You get more vapor off straight to lung if you get air vents, right, and the coil to produce the amount of vapors that you want it to produce too. Something like a sub-ohm, you cannot mouth to lung it. Mouth to lung, you want that very tight draw so that the coils can build up and then produce smoke, and then you get that slow draw into your mouth, and then you can. Something like a sub-ohm, the moment you press that thing, it's gonna go and let off an immense amount of vapor. So you cannot put that into your mouth and then inhale. You'll choke, right? So, or you won't get that much vapor. So something like a sub-ohm, you have to straight to lung it. And this is a sub-ohm, 28 gauge. Again, Canthal. I dedicated myself to 28 gauge. This is actually a twisted 28 gauge on silica, and I twisted it to get the lower ohms, the 0.3 ohms. And this sucker, doesn't even give you a freaking warning. Now I'm scared to hit it. Man, the vapor production is there. The flavor, not so much, but the vapor production, is there. So I still have a cold, so that phlegm and the heat from this is getting to me. That's an immense amount of vapor. And if I didn't have the fan going off, I have the fan going on full blast right now because I don't want to fill my room with vapor. And I have a big room, right? This is my house, so I have the master bedroom. So if you look at my room setup, That TV is a 50 some odd inch TV, and that thing's dwarfed in this room. So, relatively kind of get the size of the room, right? It's big. And I with that sub ohm, 3 hits will fill up this room with vapor. And like, I've hotboxed my room, and I don't want to do that. Especially because me and my wife are in here most of the time. So you can see the red towel and the pink camera case. These are all my wife's stuff. So, I may look young, but don't let the chubby face fool you. Not old, but not young either. So, for the sub-ohmers or for the hobbyists, honestly, I see no practical value in sub-ohming. It's just fun. Right? You get your nick delivery and then you get the fun. So if you want to quit smoking while having fun, go ahead, grab yourself a mech mod and build yourself a sub-ohm coil. Have some fun. It's just cool to see that vapor, and I could lower the blinds and turn on the light, and the vapor production will look like there's more. But this is pretty much how it looks like. Not bad. And this is with the fan going off. Computer? Fan. Right next to her. So you can tell the vapor's disappearing real quickly. It's not lingering. So I have that high velocity fan. So a good amount of vapor production. It's dry! I'm gonna close that up because it's dry. And I have this thing where I go through where I clean off everything when I'm done using the device. So I'll go to do that later. I'm going to do small little reviews on small little things and hopefully keep it shorter and shorter and shorter. This video is going to be kind of long. If you've watched this whole thing, damn. Right? But if not, you could skip over and wait for my future videos. It's going to be shorter and more informative, right? My daily vape is this Vamo. And if you're thinking about the ego, $15, $20, $25, do it. Get it. And this is the reason why I tell you to do it, because you don't need the Vamo to smoke this. And I'll show you. I smoked this at 4.9 volts. Pretty reasonable on a 1.6 ohm coil. I'm pulling about 2.9 amps. Roughly like 15 watts. Right, so I like to smoke 15 watts. My handy dandy Vertamita. The e-cig twist, although it's only supposed to go to 4.8 volts, if I crank it up all the way, it goes to 5.1. Right, so if you count the voltage drop, 4.9, right? Woo, perfect. So you could actually smoke this on the Eco. And get great performance out of it. Great performance. Okay. So this is why I'm saying get the e-cig twist. It's variable voltage. You could run everything you can on a Vamo. You're not going to have the battery life as the Vamo is, and that's the reason why I pretty much use the Vamo at a daily basis, because I get the longer battery life. But the Ego batteries, especially the C-Twist, I can't recommend enough. If you have one of these, you can still run a dripping atomizer on it. Ah, imagine that. I guess this is cotton. I'm going to drip some more. This cotton stuff is. You don't want to run it dry. It's not like silica where it won't burn. Sorry, I'm still recovering from a cold. So, the Ego batteries, what I've noticed is that on a full charge I have 3.92 volts. Wow, not bad. 3.7 is usually running for this kind of battery. So 3.92 volts is perfect on this thing. I like how this looks. It's so freaking puny. It's like I could cover it with my hand. I take off the drip tip. You don't know what's in there. But it's a small little ego battery on a dripping atomizer. It's the Nimbus atomizer. I'm gonna make another video on the Mini, and I'm actually gonna build a coil on that one, and it's gonna be the same coil as this, so I can actually put it on my ego. And it's the Mini, so that it's gonna look a lot better. Although I could put a beauty ring on this and it still look good, but the batteries, so to show you how it performs on this tiny battery. Still performs. Not like the C-twist, obviously, because you're not getting that elevated voltage, but it still performs. There's vapor all over my coil, and it's not producing the amount of vapor that I want it to. Oh, there's e-liquid all over my coil, so I'm going to go ahead and burn some of that off. Yeah, see, I'm getting e-liquid out of my vent holes. There we go. Now I should get a lot more vapor. Alright. Small little ego battery on a drip atomizer, it's possible. It performs, man. If all I had was this ego battery, you go ahead and pick yourself up a dripping atomizer. This is the Nimbus, like I said before. Put a micro coil on there and you can start vaping away. And I'll be perfectly satisfied with this as the Vamo. I know. But I'm just saying, Vamo, gosh, 60, 70 bucks. It's freaking worth it, especially how much you're going to use. I've already got enough use out of it to say, I got my money's worth. So definitely invest in a Vamo if you can. If not, this is sufficient. I can't tell you enough how much I love this Ego C-twist. I love it so much that I told my friend, and my friend loved it so much that he actually borrowed it to drip with. And his drip, he used the Igo thing, I don't know, and his O-rings are so stiff that when he was pulling off his cap, he kind of messed up my threads. So now what I do is I use a 510 Ego adapter, which is pretty much an extender. I just screw that in so that I don't mess up my threads any more than I have to. And then I go ahead and screw on my drip atomizer on top of that. And this way, I protect my threads and I can still get the higher voltage. Excuse me. And I'll perform like the Vamo does. Man, the flavor is just pow, pow, pow. So thanks for watching. I'm going to cut this off around 31 minutes. If you stuck around this long, kudos. Hopefully my future videos will be shorter. I'm pretty sure there's some that's still going to be 30 minutes. Especially that build the coil section. I'm going to be using a nicer camera. It's coming in the mail. My camcorder, the battery kind of crapped out on me, and I usually connect this through a FireWire to my computer. I'm not sure if I already said it. So instead of that, I just got a HD webcam, and I read all the reviews and I saw the recordings, and it's freaking awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that so that I have HD video that you guys could watch clearly. Even though on the close-up shots that I'm gonna do, it's gonna be a different camera and it's gonna be a lot more clear. So the microphone on that close-up camera is crap, but I mean, you don't need that much talking on a close-up because I'll be doing something. Stick around for the future to see my very, very detailed, I guess, step-by-step of how to build a mechanical mod on these Altoids using an 18650 battery. And if I could do it, you could do it. You know, I'm going to try to use as minimal amount of tools as possible. I might not even use solder, I might use crimpers, right? Just because everyone could crimp with a plier if you don't want to solder. I'm not going to put a DNA chip on this because if I'm going to invest in a DNA chip, like I said before, I'm going to put it in a nicer box instead of an Altoids box. I've only got this idea because I found this in my closet, and it's best before 2007. So this thing's freaking old, man. 7 years old. Even 8 years because this is best before. So I found this, it was brand new wrapped. I took it out, I dumped it out, and then this is pretty much, hey, why not? Let's make a video so that if you want to make one of these mods for cheap, it's still going to cost you more than the Eagle, right? But if you want to sub-ohm it, I'm going to make a sub-ohm mechanical mod on this Altoids box. Alright, so if you don't want to dish out the money for a mech mod, although the Magnetos is decently priced, it's like 50-60 bucks. Right? And it's pretty much, I prefer that over my Nemesis. I love the Magneto. So my friend has the King original mod he paid 300 bucks for, and my Magneto outperformed it by miles. So he liked it so much, I bought him one. Yeah, so my first giveaway is to my closest friend. It's just the Magneto mechanical mod. If I get enough views and I generate enough like traffic, I might do giveaways, little contests where you guys could send me video stuff, and I'll give it away to you guys. Maybe if I do get enough views, like, you know, I'm talking about thousands. So anyways, good luck. Good luck with your future vaping. Thanks for watching, and please look forward to my future videos, which will be a lot nicer.